Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to take a look at this mono blue tempo deck that I've been working on. Based around Sea-Dasher Octopus, the new mutate creature we got from Ikoria. When I saw this card, it was like love at first sight, so I was determined to find the deck that this card thrives in the most. And I don't really think it belongs in like a control-y deck. This is more of a tempo low to the ground build. So that's exactly what I did. And I just went with mono blue just to make it as consistent as possible. So this is like your typical tempo deck. We play a lot of early game interaction, bouncing things to our opponent's hand, counter spells, things of that nature. Spectral Sailor, fantastic 1-drop. Not only is it flash flying, but you can use that second ability. Don't discount it, because sometimes you'll be needing just an extra card to seal the game up, really, to get that last counter spell that makes your opponent tilt into surrendering. So Spectral Sailor definitely goes in the deck. We're obviously playing Cutthroat. This can be our hugest threat, our biggest threat, hugest, whatever. This just can get so big. Oftentimes by turn 6 he'll be 6 powered or something, and you can come end the game with him after you bounce some things back to your opponent's hand. So Cutthroat is a no-brainer there. Same thing with Nightbonder. It does suck that Nightbonder is a human, so you cannot mutate a Sea-Dasher onto him. Or her. That's definitely a her. But yeah, Nightbonder is just good because sometimes you'll be able to play 2 Cutthroats in a turn, which is very nice. You can also get Brazen Borrower down for 2, which is important because a lot of times you'll just play Borrower straight up as a creature, just because you need to speed up your opponent's timer a little bit. You'll find yourself in that situation quite a bit. Brazen Borrower is the most expensive card in the deck, I think at like 10 bucks a pop, but it was a must. It does a lot for this deck. Petty Theft is a great adventure, although I do wish you could target your own creatures to like avoid removal and sweepers, things of that nature. But I understand that Borrower would be quite busted if that was indeed the case, so I will digress from that point. Something to watch out for today is how Narset Parter of Veils performs. Now I'm thinking of upping this to maybe a 2 or 3 of, only because it just does so much in this current meta, like in this standard. So many different decks want to draw cards, and Narset just shuts down all of them. Sometimes you will play Narset and won't even take her down, just because you want that passive ability to remain active for as long as possible. So Narset, we're playing mono blue, right? So we have to include Narset. I'm just not sure how many we should include, because after all, we are a tempo deck. So 3 mana is kind of a big investment. You normally want to leave 3 mana open as often as possible to play things on your opponent's turn. That's kind of the name of the game. You'll want those Sinister Sabotages queued up, ready to go. So I'm not sure what the correct amount for Narset is, but I definitely want to have at least 1 in the deck. Islands, we're just playing, 1 Castle Vantress. We want our lands to come in untapped as often as possible. Not that I could even craft another Castle Vantress if I wanted to. So I'll stop running my fat mouth here and we'll run some ranked games. We'll do best of 1, just because I want to play against as many different decks as possible. I want to get quite a few games in, hopefully 3 or 4. And just see how the deck performs against a variety of different decks. Hopefully everyone today. But we will find out. It's important to keep an opening hand with a counterspell in it, a quench, because there are certain cards that we just have a bad time against. Like if a Teferi resolves against us, what are we going to do about that, So we need to have some protection in our hand, and this is okay. This should be an interesting matchup for us. It depends what kind of Lurrus they are building, like what kind of Lurrus build they have. Could be Lurrus Sacrifice, Lurrus Cycling. We don't really know, just based on them having Lurrus as their companion, but we will soon find out. Okay, they're keeping. We're keeping. Okay. Mountain doesn't tell us too much. I'm passing, buddy. It is cycling! That appears to be the most popular build for Lurrus that I've seen thus far, the cycling. Opponent wants to pass. Let's see if they get rid of this Spectral Sailor. I'm gonna be too obsessed with it. Get choose not to do so. After all, he is just a 1/1. How bad can it be? Boom! Whopping 1 damage. Opponent's at 19. Cycle at the end of our turn, of course, of course. Yeah, this deck has been all the rage lately. Everybody's playing Cycling. Which is why I'm considering upping the Narset count in our deck. We'll go ahead and quench that. What will opponent pass and cycle on our turn? Probably. We'll keep the 3 mana open for now. Pass the turn. We're going to need to put another threat down at some point. We're not going to be able to get in 20 times with Spectral Sailor, I don't think. Opponent's got another one. Let's go ahead and Essence Capture. Buff up our Sailor a little bit. I like that they only have 1 plane so far, because the cycling ability creatures, I don't want to call them that are of the red color variety, I'm not that afraid of. I'll take a couple damage every turn, that's no big deal. What I don't want is them making more 1/1s or gaining life. Okay, so we're coming in with 3 damage a turn now. They don't interact with us. So that at least puts them on a bit of a timer. Sinister Sabotage remaining in our hand. The thing with this cycling deck is they will find their pieces. They're drawing cards every turn, they're filtering their hand out, so... Oh, there's the second plane. Opponent wants to Lurrus, so can't allow that. A Cutthroat, a third threat would be nice, but I think we're in the business for counterspells. Get an island. So now we're in a tough spot, because we're just at the mercy of what our opponent can do to us. Not a good feeling. So they'll go fishing. See what they can find. Opponent's gonna ponder it for a little bit. I wonder if they have a raise the alarm or something. We'll put another creature down to speed up this clock. We'll cycle. A Narset, and this is just a hexa draw right there.
If you wish to surrender now, I understand.
We won't take her down. We want to keep her alive as often as possible, for as long as possible. Opponent definitely didn't want to see Narset. I'm glad we did. Ooh, that's a good card. That just refilled opponent, but I still feel really good about our situation right now. That was his opponent's big payoff, and we're still here. Okay, let's should I? No. Let's keep Narset up. Pass the turn. Why did they not get rid of the Narset there? I was just reading it just to confirm that it was any target. And they could have. And they chose not to. That is very interesting. Okay, opponent's going to try to gain some life here. Let's bounce it. Play it. Damage and turn. Ooh, that's a good card to draw. Yeah, I feel like opponent should have played that a little bit differently. That Zenith Flare was their way out of this situation, kind of. It's tough to tell if that would have I mean, we're controlling this game pretty well here. Okay, opponent's gonna pitch a card to draw. So they can still draw during their turns. And our set's ability is you can only draw one card per turn. And opponent scoops it up. Okay, so that's a good first game there, and then you saw the power of Narset. But we never want to really see more than one, so let's get into another one. See how we are a tempo deck, but we can control the game really well. This time we get to go first, and we're, surprise, surprise, we're against another Lurrus deck. We'll keep this. Island and Pass. Gingerbread, okay. We're gonna let that slide a little, Ginger Man. Island go. Really hope we draw another island. Okay. Do we want to bounce it? We'll take the damage. Put down our cutthroat. Draw an island? Don't. That is very unfortunate. Let's get into pass. Needed to hit another island there. Puts us in a rough spot here. Yep, let's put a couple of counters on our cutthroat. 3 to the face and hopefully draw an island. There it is. Okay. Hopefully last turn isn't the deciding factor in this game. Another one. I think we... Let's just let it resolve, see what else happens. Okay, that's resolved. Unsummon. Unsummon is a great magic card. Yep, that happens. And Gingerbread's trying to come back. This is our chance to quench it if we wanted to. I think I'd rather mutate the cutthroat here. More than likely block with the Gingerbread this turn. We just cannot get our lands. Okay. Well, let's get rid of the Gingerbread. Probably they don't want us drawing that card, especially since they see that we're stuck on. then pass the turn. Yep, that's rough. Oh boy, yeah, that happens. Opponent goes to combat. No blocks. Down to 8. Come on, throw that Lurrus down. They're playing around our counters. They know we have them. Okay. Lure Sailor down. Mutated immediately with a 2/2 flyer. Draw a card if we want to. I'm really hoping we can get like just a straight up Sinister Sabotage or a negate. Now we get our island. I don't really need one right now. We're probably gonna die if we attack with both, so let's send out the Flying Octopus. Leave our grounded one back to defend. And hopefully we draw a Sinister Sabotage. Or an Essence Capture would be good too. That's a good draw. Pass the turn to opponent, see what they get. Here comes Lurrus. Sinister Sabotage. Grow our octopus. Surveil here. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Ooh, that's important. If we're bouncing it, I mean, it's no biggie. Yay. Opponent passes, and now we're in pretty good shape. So, I think the play here is to just bounce it right away this turn. Get in full. Oh, and they scoop it up. Okay. Oh, we really dug ourselves out of that one. We go up against two different Lurrus decks, and we defeat both of them. So, I was kind of worried about that matchup, but it seems like we're holding our own. Let's do another one. Quick matchup. We go first, and this is a pretty decent hand. Can't mutate this octopus, though. So that could prove to be problematic. Definitely could. Let's see what opponent's got for us today. That plan, okay. We'll pass. Let's they're a Night Bonder in response. They're not going to They do. That's surprising. Okay, we'll pass the turn. Maybe they have another one? Or they figure our game plan is centered around Night Bonder? do have another one, so we just won't let them have it. Or we'll put our octopus down. I think that's what I want to do. Brazen Borrower, that's pretty good. Would have been a good one to mutate. See if they want to trade this time. They do again, wow. This is interesting. They just do not care about their Paradise Druids. You poor Paradise Druids. Oh, here's why. Okay. That hurts a little bit, but it happens. Yep, we'll pass. Should have known they had something. We're getting outplayed here by opponent. They're just calling our bluffs and making us pay for it. We'll just submit 0, counter that. See if they attack, they don't. We'll pass, and then I think we're just going to flash in the Brazen Borrower by itself, just so we can at least get some kind of threat on the board. Things are not looking very good for us at the moment. Opponent's going to pass for now. Let's throw the Borrower down. We're kind of at the mercy of the draw. Sinister Sabotage, that's a pretty good one. Let's start getting in for some damage finally. It's about time, right? Ooh. Not have that, my friend. Will not do. That's not gonna fly either. See if we can surveil into something good. I think I want that. Just for the sake of generating some kind of card advantage. Opponent's not really play.
Past, present, and future
spells, so.
are bound and threaded. Meditate and prepare.
Negate and unsummon. Take the negate. Opponent knows we have a negate, so that's not good. We can kind of play around that if they so choose to. Maybe we should have taken the unsummon. So that's a hex-proof 3/4. Paradise Druid's so good. And they will get rid of the Narset.
I shall miss your company.
It got us a card, so I'm not too upset. This is a pivotal couple of turns here. Okay, baby dinosaur. Does it have reach, though? Opponent's not going to attack at all. Let's draw a card. Opponent's going to go down to 1. Can they get out of this pickle we put them in? See, this is another situation where things were looking really bad for us, and we were able to kind of dig our way out of it. And they scoop it up, wow, okay. Yeah, things were looking bleak for, like, all of those games, and this deck is just kind of resilient. Our threats are not big by any means, but when you can protect them with counter spells repeatedly every turn, they'll just wear opponents down. So that's mono blue tempo, and I think one Narset is fine. Because it just comes down to what would you cut. I suppose maybe going down... I just can't make room for it. But I think having one in the deck is nice, because if you ever find yourself in a situation where you're playing a deck that specifically wants to draw cards, you won't feel like you don't have an answer to it, you know, because you can't counter cycling. It's not a spell. Narset is pretty much the only way you can limit your opponent's ability to do that. So having one in the deck, having some kind of answer to cycling is important, especially in this current standard. But yeah, if you guys think this deck is cool, go ahead and give it the old college try. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and like you just saw, it can compete. It can compete with ranked decks. So thanks for watching, guys. Do all the YouTube stuff for me if you enjoyed watching this, and if you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments. See you guys next time on the lab.